𝙃𝙚𝙗𝙖𝙗 Abundant blessings. I go by 𝙑𝙾𝙆. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another live. We are excited. Okay, this is November on the Gregorian calendar. All right, but right here, these teachings live with 𝙑𝙾𝙆. Okay, Coach Lex to some of you. All right, Lex to some of you, Brother Lex to some of you. We have masks off November with the K. And this is episode 3, teachings 3 of 9. Okay, every Friday, Monday this month. And today is Parasites. Ooh, I'm just gonna allow some people to join. I did have a few beings who specifically requested to be here live. Once again, I'm appreciative of all the support. Okay, once again, housekeeping rules, please do mention where you're from in the chat. I love to keep it relatable as possible. You know, that's just the style of my teachings and also how we've evolved, right? We didn't rush to teach. You get what I'm saying? Okay, just reading some messages also. So yes, we're glad to be here. We're excited to be here. Okay, we're also excited for all of the messages of not just encouragement for what I do and who I am. Some glitches. Okay, it's not just me doing this because it's whatever the case may be. I'm here because I'm me. Okay, but to get to you takes steps. You take steps. Okay, everyone glitches happening here. Let's let that run quickly. You know, especially when we get to certain topics, certain things start to glitch, but we're gonna obviously, you know, for educational purposes only. And I'm not using any content which is not mine. This is my own content. So please, greetings, please let me know where you're joining from. We're about to get into the teachings. Just a few housekeeping rules. Remember, this is episode 3 or teachings 3 in November of 9 total. Once again, okay, for those of you who are joining. And this is Parasites, lesson number 3, teachings number 3, episode number 3. And these teachings are beautiful. All right, those of you who are joining, if you are taking this seriously, I would advise that you have your pen and pad handy, please. And we just want to say greetings to everyone who's joined live. Once again, I am so ecstatic to be here. Thank you so much for, you know, finding yourself in a position where you're able to now do what you feel that you should have done yesterday or last week. All right, the self-mastery journey is not for everybody. All right. And so also, once again, I don't do this for the likes. The support is amazing. I appreciate all the support. Thank you so much. Oh, some beautiful guests coming in. We have our lovely guest from Hawaii. Togos, thank you so much. You know, we are excited to continue with being here now. Okay, so as we were saying just briefly before we step into the teachings is that everyone's talking about vibration and vibing high. High vibe. Yeah, yes. Okay, cool. So the highest vibration is love, right? Wow, amazing. Cool. But how are you supposed to love when you truly don't know how to love yourself? Question. See? So if you don't know how to love yourself, expressing it before the impression, it's almost like you're lying. Your cells can hear you. Yourselves can hear you. Okay, so this is what we also stepping into the law of attunement. You know, I'm stepping y'all into the law of attunement nicely. Towards, okay? Kamaku. Because these teachings will allow you to assess everything from a clear vessel. This is why the first law of attunement says, cleanse thy vessel. Okay, as we know, as we spoke about in the last live, those of you who've already watched. But my inspiration, becoming 𝙒𝙗𝙗𝙗𝙗, okay? Bruce Lee. Be water, my friend. Be water, my friend. You pour water into a cup, it becomes the cup. So, Lex stays liquid. Baba Lex says, in the law of attunement, you cleanse thy vessel, your cup, your vehicle, your divine third dimensional transportation. You can interact nicely with this vessel, okay? This ship vessel, right? And then from a clear vessel, you're able to then hear, firstly, and not hear like sounds. You can hear self. This is what we say higher self, or it's called higher self, whatever you want to call it. The whispers of go there, don't do that. Because when you're unaware of it, you think it's your guts only. The whole network does it, but essentially it's coming from you. Everything is you. It's you. All of this is you. But there's layers and levels to you. That's how intricate you are, but it's simple. All right? But first, you must remove the programming. Because those of you who try to debate me, I told you I don't debate. It's pointless, right? As soon as you're born into this realm, it's already traumatic. Especially if you're cesarean section. That's imprinted as a trauma. Why do you think baby? And then they're slapping babies. What? Wait. You see, that's not normal, man. When you are aware of natural birthing, you know, birth doulas who are available, maybe in the chats. You know, I know in Hawaii over there, the queen over there, @Kat_Kaulani7, if you guys want to check out some of the content there, is that working with the womb in a natural setting, as what we practice in African spirituality, especially 𝙒𝙗𝙗𝙗𝙗 in the Zulu traditions, right? It's nice and easy. There's other ways, and that's how we connected or are aware of Izzy normal, the water beings, right? Stories for different days. This is for educational purposes only, right? So you see, you're attuning to your higher self. The Law of Attunement coming out soon, the book 1, okay? Book 1's coming out soon. Please, I would love that support, okay? This has been in the writing, but in me since, because once again, we're not this vessel. We have a vessel. We're not vessel. Okay? So, hopefully you have your pen and pads out. This is going to be quite interesting. This is Parasites over here. What is that one? I know some of you are going to pause that and just quick screenshot. That's why I just quickly... Anyway, all right. So as we do, first we're going to define what parasite is. Do any of you know what parasite is? Do you want to hazard a guess? Okay, just the definition of parasite. Okay, so the definition of parasite, and this is what I got from the dictionary. Just standard, boom, boom. Parasite are organisms that live on and or inside another host organism, which they harm and sometimes unalive. A parasite's life depends on its ability to continuously move from host to host, sometimes via an intermediary organism. Right. Okay. Cool. Standard. So parasite is a thing that doesn't, essentially its life force is based on other life force. Boom. Let's make it more simple so that for the people in the back, you know, this is what we do here, right? So parasite, in other words, to simplify this, is something that is a leech. It's a vampire. Anyway, we'll get there. Hold up. Beautiful. So now we on the same frequency. Let's continue, right? What pathways do parasites utilize in order to gain this life force to live, right? Because without a host, it cannot live. They just said it there, okay? So, right. Manipulation, coercion. You know, trying to swing the votes. Manipulation. Hijacking. Interesting. Control. What does government mean? What does government mean? Government. Govern, control. Ment, mind. Mental. Control mind. One of the pathways of a parasite is control. Manipulation, also. Coercion. I'm just saying, it's right here. Hijacking. Whoa. Slow down, Baba Lex. Thought this was a teachings. Of course it is. It's for you to continue, right? So this is just the groundwork. So we just defined what a parasite is. An organism that lives on and or inside another host organism which they harm and sometimes unalive. A parasite's life depends on its ability to continuously move from host to host, sometimes via an intermediary organism. So that's a middleman. You know what I'm saying? Or middle being. A middle thing. Gestation period maybe. While it's getting enough strength to hang on. Whatever the case may be, right? Or gain more momentum. Sounds familiar? I don't know. Take the beans, Jack and Jane. Thank you. Okay, so now moving on swiftly, the first law of attunement says, here, Baba Lex's first teachings, okay, book of teachings of 3. The first law of attunement says, cleanse thy vessel regularly. Fast. Fast from programming. Okay? It will all make sense. But especially when you read it. So please, watch out for the release dates. Okay? It's definitely going to be 25. Once again, it's independently released by myself. Okay? And, you know, I've got some beautiful silent angels available who are, we are just been on this game. Okay? Because it's about time for the seed to sprout. It's been 5-6 years coming. You know what I mean? So those of you who are angels, you know, come what may, I'm in the reception. Talk to me. All right? You know what I'm saying? Because what this is beautiful teachings going further in order just for people, and not just people, beautiful beings, us, we. Because me is actually we. Just flip that upside down. Invert it. That's how we get the third dimension. It's how you start to see. Flip it 180. You see? Simple. But we've spoken about this in past lives. Just please go back, check it out. Do yourself a favor. Wonderful. It's free. Invite your friends next time. Even save. Share. Okay? Also, this might assist you, can assist you, should you be open in the reception, okay, to assist what, especially this topic, parasites, could be on a pathway of control, manipulation, hijacking, or coercion. In your, okay, and as we continue, right? Seen. So, cleanse thy vessel regularly. Baba Lex, we see why. Because cleansed vessel, therefore, equals wow, no manipulation, no coercion. As you cleanse further, you even relive trauma. So you can go, if you would like, regress yourself in a cleansed state or in a cleaning state, detoxing, cleansing, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Abstaining from programming, okay? All of the above. Go back to when you were birthed, or even when you were still in spirit, in other waters, in other realms. You can go back there nicely. Hey, 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 hey. Check out, hey, hey. Maybe you in the amniotic fluids there. Hey, hey, hey. You see? You can remember sounds. Playing with the stomach there. Maybe. Things that you were drawn to. It's really wild because waters hold memory. Meme. Okay? Hebrew. It's in the content. If you're confused, go back. Also do your research. Okay? This beast that you speak, it's not just English. Spell. It's inverted. Okay? But that's a topic for a different day. However, as we continue, that's why it is imperative to engage in shadow work. Oh! You can't run away from this thing. Try. I tried. I was there. Precisely, I was there. I tried to run away from this thing. Shadow work is imperative, not because it's a cool thing, it's a buzzword. You know what I mean? It's not Riz. You know what I mean? I thought that Riz was Rizla. What? Anyway. Fuck. Confusing Baba Lex out here. So, shadow work allows you to befriend this thing. You befriend this shadow, you closer to introducing your higher self to yourself. And your cells, well, your cells are already aware of it all. The only one that's not aware seems to be you. And what is you? Seen? So this is what the law of attunement would allow you to figure out. What am I? You might not get to the full conclusion, because when you conclude, you start to regress. You go backwards. Okay? As soon as you have a conclusion and you think you know it all, or yes, this is it. Got news for you. You get to the top of one mountain in terms of your ascension. Okay? You get to one top of the one mountain of your ascension. You stepping at the bottom of another ascension. Boom, 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 boom. So it continue. However, it does get easier. It gets much more mwah, right? Because you're being authentic, right? You're being a higher version than love, apparently. In other words, you're vibrating higher than love. But loving yourself, that's being authentic. Boom. So that's you. Boom. Simple. But everywhere. Every now moment, not just me at home, me when I'm bam, especially not when you in program mode. That's a zip, okay? That's not going to exist. What that does is it doesn't allow you to be true to yourself. You notice how when you take liquor and you say you're going to do some important shit, woo! How often? How easy? Okay? Because that's a basic example. Everyone's been there, right? So with shadow work, it allows you to see all of the things that you're running away from. But it's not just things. You're running away from, you're running away from your child self. That's in the corner there, just waiting to be acknowledged. You know what I mean? That's you there. That's your shadow, because shadow, as we are aware of through the teachings and through some of the other lives, that the shadow self is developed especially through the early traumas. The traumas where you're 0 to 7. And I say 0 for a reason. If you know, you know. But let that ruminate in you. You will know. Don't think. Feel it. Okay. They say meditate. Write it down. Okay. Interesting. You don't have to argue, because that also shows, see, triggers are another important barometer, a gauge to see where you're at in terms of yourself. Because those of you who claim you want to become superheroes, you want to start flying, blah, blah, How do you want to start flying? Speaking of flying jetty in the room. 𝙒𝙗𝙗𝙗, welcome, man. Or lady. I'm not sure. Yeah, anyway. So, you see, now I'm hilarious. So, speaking of flying, you see, you begin to not fly your own energy. Especially now with all of this energy, okay? So since we're on Parasites, okay, and the first law of attunement, cleanse, and then get into shadow work, is because then you're not flying away from yourself. You're not abusing your child's self again. You're not re-traumatizing yourself, okay? Because when you re-traumatize yourself, guess what? You stay there. You create more havoc, more chaos. Your life now wild. You know, you can't get a breath. Oh, shit, another one. Oh, wow. Every day, day in, day out, you're sweating. Your nervous system is cooking, man. Okay, you're sweating. That's all you're doing. You are the cause, okay? Although there are factors, yes, we're not talking about that. But one of them is parasites, parasites, parasites. Cool. Parasites are multidimensional, right? Stay with me. So, multidimensional how, Baba Lex? Right. Physically. Outside. Physically. On side, on self, on the body, on the vehicle. But then also physically, the system, matrix, government. Remember, one of the pathways, a parasite's pathway, is control. What does government mean? Govern, mind, mental. Cool. Then from physical, we go to mental, of course. This is where it gets nice. It gets a bit nice when we get to this part because it's going to relate. And you'll be able to now, you don't need certain outside of you to figure it out. This is the part of the law of attunement, okay? Attuning to what your gift is, which is awareness. It's consciousness. It's wow. Okay, it's being part of creation consciously, here now. You cannot do this if you yesterday, if you tomorrow. That's anxiety or depression. Depression or anxiety. You have to be here now, which is being authentic, which is not putting on a mask, which is why we're here now. Masks off. Knowvember. You got to know yourself. Know thyself. Okay? Seen. Right. Entities are in the mental space. They say, but buddy, I'm a demon. Demons, right? Yeah. This is for educational purposes only. All right. Which also can lead into things like possession. Okay, possession, which we'll jump into slightly, is consented possession, which they say channeling. Probably going to get some backlash for this, but you know, it is what it is, and this is where truth reigns. Truth, like a lion, doesn't need to defend itself. Cool. Then spiritually, okay, depending on what consciousness you're coming from, it either will manifest metaphysically, stay with me, through the waters. What, Baba Alex? It'll manifest physically through the waters. This thing's glitching now, just give us a second. Okay. Metaphysically through your waters, as through your ancestors. Your ancestors, your DNA, or blood crystal. Feeling something else there also, but yes. So those are your waters. Oh yes, sexual fluids. Wow. Sexual fluids, okay? So that's in the spiritual realm if you're on a lower consciousness. That's how these parasites can manifest multidimensionally, okay? And then if you're not on that lower level of consciousness, what takes place on the spiritual level is it doesn't exist because your vibration is just too high. Parasites cannot exist on a higher consciousness because you've cleansed the vessel, you've cleansed multidimensionally. You know, you've taken Baba Lex's fast or your own fasts. Boom, boom, boom. You've taken accountability. You've acknowledged, okay, I'm fucking up here. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Now you're taking the steps consciously, consistently. Remember tortoise? At least one step. Boom, you want to write a book? Right, first step, get a book. Close the book, go to sleep. Step 2, wake up next day. Get a pen. Write one letter. No, write the date. Damn. Write one letter. Close the book. Sleep. Next day, repeat. Tortoise, guess what? You will have a book. Inevitably. But if you say, I want to write a book and want to blitz through it day one, wow, yeah, you get the book, you get the pen, man. Wow, you get the highlighters, man. You what? You're going crazy. Wow, boom, you write half of it. Boom, I'm almost finished. That thing gathers dust. You're 74 now. Oh, I was about to finish a book, but talking to your friends, man. Wow, hectic. So you have to select the timeline. The time light. Shout out to Hawaii. The time light that you would love to see lit. Timeline, time light, whoops. What's illuminated? What are you illuminating? What are you selecting from all of these choices available? Okay? Boom, boom, boom. Wonderful. So let's just dive a little bit deeper into each one. Slightly deeper just to whoop, whoop, fletch it out a bit. So multidimensionally, let's start with physically, because we're gonna laugh a bit. Wow. But listen, if you infested with parasites, it's not funny. Huh? That thing's not funny. Trust, especially when you're in the spiritual realm on a lower consciousness. Also, you blasting yourself, boom. You blitzing through on a lot of different substances. A little bit of, you know. If you've been there, if you are there, there's, you know, but also there's ways that you can get there naturally. Trust me, I blast off all the time. Not with drugs. Naturally. Okay? That's why sometimes I might look like I'm sleeping, because I'm just blissful. I'm blissed out. I'm actually wide awake. You know? Okay, so we produce these. We're walking apothecary. I would love some benzodiazepine. Boom. I would love some dopamine. Let me have some serotonin. You create that. When you are aware of the pathways, and you don't have to be a doctor, you don't have to study anything. However, it's imperative that you know biology. You know your cellular structure. You know your DNA. You know your blood crystal. Okay? Because that will also show you automatically where you must not touch. Okay? Your blood crystal, your DNA, is a map of you. That's why everyone wants your blood. Blood drives this, you never see where your blood goes. Okay? I'm just saying. Okay? We do know that there's people who do require such things. Yes, yes. But this world, as you've seen, if not, you're under a rock, man. That there's Satanism everywhere now. Okay? This is for educational purposes only. There's Satanism everywhere, man. So, you guys saw Sam Smith and all of them at those awards. Man, come on, man. Come on. So with that being said, where is all of this blood going? Please answer, I dare you. I dare you. Because that rabbit hole will it's going to alarm you even further. Okay, I suggest focusing on the self and also cells, law of attunement. We're here now, right? And focus on removing your parasites. Okay, physically outside you see them with certain crickets or different things which have worms coming out of them in the sea, whatever, which get possessed. Even snails, they get possessed. Just search this on YouTube if you want to go further, but this is available, okay, in nature. Cool. But in nature, however, those parasites usually are symbiotic, or they have different types of relationships, right? They're symbiotic. All right, in the human case, do your research further. Okay, cadavers, parasites that are discovered, that are found in the guts. Wow. Even just do a little bit of a deep dive on another searching, not YouTube, because you know how that goes on there. Maybe a 𝙃𝙗𝙗𝙗 or a something else, right? Search parasite removals, parasite cleanses, or just do one yourself. But make sure you haven't just eaten, because whoops, whoa, watch out. I'm serious. And this is inside you, man. 𝙃𝙗𝙗𝙗, my brother. You see, all of that meat that you're eating, inyama, the physicality now in the human, wow. Every being that I'm coaching now is saying, wow, you know what? Either not now or happening or has happened since the rapture 2020, right? Is that they've had bride meat, barbecue for my Western subscribers, followers, and here just to learn something. Thank you. Appreciate you. Barbecues, braais here. It's not sitting nicely inside. What is that? Not just one person, not two, not three. What is that? Okay? And don't say, oh, maybe I bought meat from. Nah, it's one there, it's one there, it's one there. So don't come at me with any angles. See, so we gotta ask ourselves seriously. If people are going to spontaneous fasts after eating pretty much the same thing, and I asked them what their contents were, same type of meat. Red though. Yeah? Boom. Wow. Okay, and in the West, we know what's going on with the food. Okay? What's going on with the food is that, yeah, do your research. This is for educational purposes only. I'm not trying to get this banned, because it's for educational purposes only. Right. Moving on. This is why when you eat beef, red meats, do what you must. But if you're here to listen, and okay, its digestive path depends on certain acids which are produced either naturally or unnaturally. So you need something with it to aliven something, or you require something, or that's why you get things like heartburn and indigestion, or things coming out still half digested, and you still graze it, you're still eating it. You see, that's your vessel, your body, it's telling you, stop, chill, hold up. But since we're so programmed into, all right, let me just force it. Force, which is a toxic masculine energy. Force. Masculine is not toxic, feminine is not toxic, but it's the way the energy is utilized. Okay? It's the way what we're utilizing for energy, which is toxic, which brings parasite in the physical. Seen? So now what we're doing is we're recognizing, right, what am I programming myself with? What am I programming my vessel, my ship to move, right? So depending on what you program your vessel with will be what's available as an environment. Inner environment, okay? Where either it's ripe for parasites. They love that because they also, they love chilling in mucus. They love blooming in mucus. Catch gang parasites where mucus at. Not all mucus is bad, of course not. We require that for peristalsis, which is pushing of food through the gullet, through the, the tubes and the push-pull of the mouth, all of that stuff, okay? But excess mucus, problem. That what brings sinusitis. backed up hard here. You can be blowing 5,000 tissues. Where's that coming from? Whoa. Legs, what? Yes. And in that there, especially if there's like stones and hard things, especially when you're cleansing, a lot of things come out. Okay, you'll get there, but just for, you know, context sake, they come out in mucus. So those of you, I used to do that. Won't lie, listen, we're here, truth, whatever, fuck it. Especially a lot of my African brothers and sisters, oops. Yeah, that. Wow. Right? But each their own. But it's not healthy. That swallowing that mucus, because there's a lot of stones in there, hard items. Those items have parasites in there, all things which are attempting to be flushed out. They flushed out in mucus. They live in mucus. Mucus that takes time and spends time gestating, chilling, becomes calcified, becomes stones, petrified, gargoyle. That's how you get old. So in your bones it looks like arthritis. In the brain it starts to look like dementia. Seen? So you just become rocks everywhere. That's what glycation is. So the process of switching on, okay, switching on the element of fire within the guts constantly, that is glycation, which fast forwards you to the grave, man. Because what that does is you are not just not giving yourself a rest, okay? All of your energy is here constantly, especially if you're a muncher at midnight, snack, just here at night. Wow. Oh, amazing. But you see, this is real. And what these parasites do is, that's that coercion. They manipulate you. Cravings. Oh, wow. Just need me some crisps. Ooh. Here's some, look a bit lollipops. Chocolate. Oof, look a bit ice cream. 𝙒𝙗𝙝. Do they still do that thing? I haven't had that in a minute because, you know, we've been on the path. But we recognize in fasted phases how much of this program bullshit we've been putting in. And how much better we are without it. And how much worse we are when we re-ingest it again and be like, wow, I'm putting myself through trauma. I'm putting myself in reception for parasites. So when you get to that level of consciousness, you begin to move in a different manner, okay? Because your mana, now your chi, your energy, inner chi energy is now yours. You're not sharing it. You're not an energy hoe. Wow. Facts though. Not just facts. We can walk it and be like, right, or we've walked it. Okay? This is the age of Aquarius. Ain't no more conspiracy theory. It's either conspiracy or not. But even conspiracy to conspire, that's already dark. So everything once again is inverted. Flip it 180. Now maybe you're in the general direction of that makes sense. I'm not saying wrong or right. It's not a duality. Makes sense. I sense that other beings would be, it makes sense. If it don't make that, don't anyway. All right. So same concept. All these concepts can be dimensionally applied. Boom, 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 like your chakras. You apply the energy there, you have different result. Different cause, different effect, different cause, different effect. Hey, you start to play in different dimensions now. This is also how we're able to create, right? Because we're not so fixated, number one, with the guts. Thank you so much. abundant blessings. You see, the physical is the trickiest because that's where they lock us into repetition. This is the spirit of confusion. It's through your guts. There it is. Okay? You don't have to buy the book. Just explore that. Explore that there for a little bit. Come back there, hit a bit of a comment. Hey, Alex, you know what, man? Hey. And then get the book. Hey, support the brother, man. Come on. Independently published, right? We do have our angels, as I've mentioned before. Silent partners. Partner. Answer. You know, we in the reception for exactly that authenticity. And this is literally me. I am the law of attunement, in essence, because it came to me through fasting, right? Speaking of, that's how you begin. You don't go and pop pills. You don't look for the next. All right. For example, we're also gonna, in these lives, give a bit of recent stuff that's wild in terms of the health industry or holistic or whatever's happening. NAD, niacinamide, adenosine something. If it's not a peptide, it's an amino acid or something of the sort, which apparently that's what they're saying. I'm saying go do your research because anyway, this thing apparently keeps people young and blah blah, but now it's in pill form. Watch the sales of NAD go up. Man, be careful. That's another light lock. It's another trap. Boom. Deer in headlights. When we get me some NAD, man. Chill. You see, this is also with the energy. As it comes in, breathe. Don't try and rush with the energy. Let me, whoops. Because this energy is brand new in this vessel. Okay? Although you've been here for multiple lifetimes, old soul, right? Slow down with in this vessel because it's different now. Same, but different. So now we're coming from, instead of from this angle, now we on this angle. You see, instead of that angle, you see, now we boom. Right. So throw away what you think you know, but move with awareness. Don't move with a know-it-all. Move with awareness. Yes, exactly. Okay, that's beautiful, Miss Cat over there. So cleansing the vessel is imperative if you want to start to step out of not just them controlling you, but the system, physical system externally controlling you. I mean, look, I can fast easily tomorrow or right now. I mean, I'm mostly intermittent fasted, okay? We practice OMAD, 1 meal a day, and I'll still be the same design, just on liquids. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, month, because we've mastered what we already are in this vessel. Although we continue because there's more. Remember, we reach the top of one pinnacle, that's the bottom of another. Haha, let's go. This is ascension. There's no, the journey is the destination. There's no, all right, let me put my flag down. Nope. As soon as you rest, boom, another energy. They call it X flares and blah, blah, solar flare. Wait, don't even worry about that. I'm serious. That is an instrument outside of you. It's a control, in a sense. Yes, awareness. I see what they're saying. But let me check in instead of check out. You know, beautiful Miss Cat has on Instagram has information on this, you know, and field notes on the threads about checking in upon rising. Okay, it's imperative to not just boom, do you off the cuff, boom, phone, boom, eyeballs. You're getting, you see, that's going into your window of the soul. What is eyes? See, also there's parasites in eyes, certain eyes. They live in eyes. They live in your lymph, eyes, brain. They're very smart physically. Okay? Wow. Scary hours. So upon rising, boom. Bam, bam, bam. You've already blasted your entire system with false light. Out here working with text neck. Man, fix your neck. I can't. You know what I mean? Man, that also affects your breathing, your spirit, breath, spirar. Affects your elements, your air element within. That's why your thoughts, oof, can't get oxygen there. Dizzy. Stand up quickly. Oh, where am I? Vertigo quickly when this energy is hitting. All of these are symptoms of your waters being imbalanced. Your cells and yourself, CELLPH, your alkalinity. Are you acid or you alkaline? Hey, or you, no. See, where you at? Because that will determine how much energy you can assimilate. So if you have full-on acid, basically what your waters within look like is a sewage. Man, that it's stagnant waters. Boom. Would you cook with that? Right. You're still putting more things inside. You see, see how it starts to fester? No uncle? Got him. Imperative 2, cleanse thy vessel. Get onto it as soon as yesterday. Because once again, you see now, especially here, Mzansi, they're poisoning. There's food poisoning inside children's food. Sweets, amazemba, chips, crisps, corn crisps, little innocent little children, man. You see? So the more we don't depend upon, I mean, even the ones who sell it don't eat it. Their families don't eat it. I had this conversation with a client yesterday. How are you eating this? They don't eat it. You see why? What we do, especially those of us who work from our authenticity, it's not even work. This for me is not work. I love this, right? Because this has always been me. However, it's been programs that didn't allow it. It was filtered. So it was me filtered. There's versions of you that are just you filtered. And also what's filtering you is, yes, zone in. What's filtering is the information, is the light codes, okay? How they are touching your grids, your chakras, your organs. Are your organs playing a or they're playing a bang, 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 bang? Like, is it off? Like, whoops. You see, is it 440 hertz? Or is it 432? What are you jamming to? You are singing your own song with every breath. Okay, this is why the zoning in, okay, checking in, upon rising, will see where your default mode is at. Right. Okay, because then it will allow you to know what you can handle or what not. Whether go in there or don't. So if you unconnected to this self and your cells, how on earth you meant to be connected to outside? You walk outside, bam, bam, I knew I shouldn't have come here. You also don't listen to your prompts. You can't. Because you also, how do you trust sewage? Would you put your hand into sewage? Okay, I drop $1 million in sewage. I know there's some crazy mofos out there be like, I'm diving in. But sewage just boom. Okay, let's say it's a ocean sewage. There's $1 million US in there. Are you diving in there to get it? Also, if you are, that shows where you are consciously. See? Got him. You need to cleanse yourself. That's horrible. See, no amount of paper, because paper comes from trees, so essentially paper which is not backed by anything of true value is essentially paper. So you jumping into poop or excrement for paper. That's what you're doing, essentially, okay? But energetically, you've sold yourself. Bam, 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 Baba Lex, stop it. It's truth though. That's what you're doing energetically. Okay, and these parasites, they love your energy. They call it louche in some teachings. Okay, if you want to do your research further. Ooh, see, it's glitching, okay? For educational purposes only. Right? Don't shoot the messenger. As we move on from physical, we go to mental. Whoa. Right. So let me be careful here, okay, because we are coming towards the end. So let me just keep this truncated. But once again, I do give these teachings. I have this coaching. If those of you want to streamline and focus on, you know, we can do a free call, and then for 15 minutes, just, you know, see what's going for what, and then take it from there. Mental health, etc., etc., etc. Especially coming up is 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. Beautiful campaign. I'm going to be giving, especially those struggling with some mental health issues, especially the feminines, maybe the youth, especially, you know, those, you know, just bullying, etc., etc. You know what I mean? Maybe do a special for about $100, 100 Rand. You know what I'm saying? Local, you know, local is lekker. Maybe something like that, because every campaign I just want to give back something. However, the time has to be exchanged for energy. Until it's fruits, you know, you're gonna have to exchange that dollar, that rand, man. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's a nice chilled campaign, but also it will allow me to hold space for you, even if you would love space to discuss something or just to talk and not to, you know, me say anything for specific, you know, for that period, that campaign. I feel like that will do well also for the law of attunement. All right, myself, as well as my first offering in the book, one of 3, coming out in 2025 January. Okay, thank you to my sponsors. Not really sponsors, I don't like to use that spell. Let me say thank you to my angels. You know who you are, especially my partner Angel. You know, absolutely amazing. Okay, we have been doing this because of attuning to our self. So we're not actually doing anything, we're not human doing. So these parasites, mentally, they force you to do things that are not you. Wow, how did I do that? That wasn't me. See that thing? What is that? People always, oh, that wasn't me. Schizophrenia. There's a beautiful gentleman by the name of Jerry Marzinski, J-E-R-R-Y-M-A-R-Z-I-N-K-S-K-Y. Not too sure. Close. Okay. But he's been doing pretty much in-depth, hands-on studies with patients from the crack house. I'm sorry, not the crack house. The madhouses. They don't exist anymore. Psychotic houses, whatever the case may be. I don't know what they call them. Where people with mental health used to go. People with, they used to say if you're calling them they used to say you were mad. In the 90s, especially. I don't know, from the 2000s, then something just went. Anyway, we're seeing that now, okay? These programs which are trying to enter, which are unnatural. They go against life, and they're parasitical because they want to eradicate life. Imagine if everything was not procreating. Where would you exist? Come on. It's just, see, nature continues. So how do we continue if... Doesn't make sense. See what I'm saying? So it's not a fight or a pointing a finger. It's let's look at truth for what it is. That's part of healing and awakening to your highest version of your higher self and allowing that space. You cannot do that if you're still lying, still talking out the corner of your neck. Because guess who hears first? Yourselves. C-E-L-L-P-H. Within. Boom, you are. Okay? Do you really want to go? You tell them, yeah, I would love to. Inside, your cells are like, ah, man. You know that feeling? Your gut goes, it's like something's pulling. Yeah, that thing. Your cells are talking to you like, bruh, man, come on, man. You know what I mean? Or, come on, girl. Whatever. You see what I'm saying? So these parasites in the mind side, in the ment, okay, it's where also they begin to show you the realms of entities. Some call it the shadow realm. But the lowered fourth dimensional. So this is where you see ghosts, etc., etc., etc. demonic possessions, and this is where things like schizophrenia also tap in. Okay, so it's a form of a parasite, right? Seen this? It's amazing stuff once you start to boom with the law of attunement, because it's simple. That's what nature is, simply complicated. Simple. Okay, because it's difficult to simplify you, because at the simplicity is your core essence. Chef's kiss. Wow. You eternal? Wow, that's a soul. 𝙒𝙗𝙗𝙗. Wow, I'm going for that one. As opposed to death, born, boom, boom, mechanics, artificial intelligence. Beep, bleep, bloop. But once again, it's already a misnomer. Just for those who want to be put on game, intelligence cannot be artificial, firstly. And firstly, it's artificial. Let's throw that out. It's up to you to actually accept, acknowledge, and then run that program inside you and practice it and use it, etc., etc. Okay, so now those things do exist on certain levels and layers. Okay, depending on your level of toxicity. First, we cleanse the vessel, right? Okay, thank you, TikTok, we appreciate it. Okay, let me just verify this quickly. What's wrong with this thing? Okay, TikTok, I got you. Okay, just 2 seconds, guys. Boom, got him. Okay, got about 4 minutes. Thank you. Interesting. Right. So, demons, entities, dark shadows, blah blah, shadow realms, it does exist. It's available. Okay, it's a frequency. Also, that frequency is only available if you are operating from your lower 3 chakras: root, sexual, sacral, and solar plexus. If you're playing only here and you're also programming yourself, this gives rise to that environment. So that's what they play with, and in there they latch onto the 7 deadly sins. This is also what we coach in eradicating through shadow work. If you just want to have a being off you, where do the 7 deadly sins show up within you? Walk towards those. Those are your triggers also. When you're in a healing phase, that's how you truly complete a healing. Boom, go in, feel it. No reaction. Okay? Not even a response. Feel it for you. It's not a team sport. It's an inside job. Boom. All right? And therefore, you're then able to witness, all right, lust. Phew, I'm a bit, ooh, when I see the bums. Ooh, sure. Stop it. That's also not you. That's entity of lust. That's why when you take certain substances, you blast yourself into another realm, lower 4th astral, and then guess what you encounter? The lust entity. Boom, simple. And it interacts with you because you're in the environment. You don't go to a party. For example, I won't go to a gay guy's party, okay, and be like angry when the gay guys start hitting on me. Okay, respect to y'all, you do what you do best. But this is my example, right? I'm an idiot because I'm in their environment. What am I doing there? What am I looking for there if I don't do that? Point blank period. Yes, whatever the case may be, but that is the truth of it. What are you doing there if that's not your shits? Discernment, okay? Boom, but you cannot discern what you don't know. You still believe, you're still in duality, you still push-pull, you're still inhabited by parasites. Right. So to strengthen or weaken parasites, you've got to either practice more death culture, continue to run away from yourself, avoid yourself, keep blaming other things except self. You're the alpha and omega of your reality. So, therefore, if you stay there, blame game, victim mentality, oh, woe was me, parasites galore. Because you are a parasite to yourself. Simple. If you want to strengthen or move away from parasitical entities, attachments, fast. Simple. And therefore, you can then begin to accept where you are, what has happened, what's transpired. You did not know better, and now you are in a position to acknowledge, okay, that taught me not a loss, a lesson. Thank you. Wow. From this lesson, I'm going to push on greatly, wonderfully, with a gnosis. Not a belief because I believe in Jesus, but I know my parents. Right. Simple. From that day, you now have a beautiful foundation to have the breaths necessary with a clear vessel for your spirit, higher self to sit in you. Wow, and now you're having commune at the different frequencies, the different organs within the vessel. Your grid is now a blueprint of your authenticity, because you don't have to be anything else except you in the now moment. Everything else, everyone else is taken except you. I am 𝙑𝙑𝙗𝙾. Thank you for joining us. Please do join us on the next episode, the next lesson. This has been Masks Off, October, Parasites. Please remain blissful. 𝙒𝙘𝙗𝙖. Stay liquid.